All right, welcome back to the channel. Got a little different video today. Today we're talking about the Bassmaster Classic and kind of just gonna give my predictions on it. Obviously, I'm recording this on Monday night. I'm getting ready to leave for the Classic tomorrow, and I'll be down there all weekend. So you guys are seeing this on Wednesday. And this is kind of my predictions for the week. We're gonna go over my fantasy fishing team and kind of what I think will play out, mainly because I didn't film a fishing video over the weekend, and that means this is what you're gonna get. You're gonna get me sitting here talking about the Bassmaster Classic. So let's jump into this. I'm going to briefly talk about what I think is gonna go down at Grand, and then we'll go through my fantasy fishing picks, and we'll go from there. So what I think will happen at Grand, I think there's a pre-spawn event. I think there is a lot of fish coming to the bank, but I think there's a majority of them are still out. It's cold down there. It got very cold today. It was just about the same weather as it is here, and I think we're gonna see a pre-spawn event. I think obviously we're gonna see a good mix of both shallow, and obviously there's gonna be some forward-facing sonar that plays. But I think, for the most part, a guy to win the event is going to have to do both. Like, he's going to have to probably mix in both some forward-facing sonar fish and some shallow fish. I wouldn't be surprised to see that. I don't think the tournament will be one solely on forward-facing sonar. No, I could be wrong. I did say that Fork was, I don't remember what I said, but I could be wrong. One way or the other, could be wrong. So I think the event will kind of be a mix of both, and hopefully, we see some fish cruise up there shallow, and we see some guys, jack them on a jig or spinnerbait and that sort of thing. So that will be fun to watch. So without further ado, let's jump into my fantasy fishing team for the week and kind of go over my picks, give you all a rundown on who I am taking for the week. So bucket A, I have Brandon Polnick. And man, it just seems right. Obviously, there's a lot of hammers, and I'm just looking here at the list. There's a lot of hammers in bucket A. I mean, you can, they got Christie in bucket A, Greg Hackney in A, Palmer in A, Patrick Waters in A, Kyle Welcher in A. But I'm gonna take Polnick. I feel like, he's kind of maybe starting to be his time to finally win one of these things. And, he's had great finishes here in the past. I want to say in 2013 he finished second, and that might have been his first or second Classic. So yeah, definitely knows what he's doing. He seems to like that pre-spawn deal, and so I'm going to take Brandon Polnick in bucket A, and at 12%, you really can't go wrong. I mean, Christie's all the way at 40% in bucket A. It's just crazy. So, and then Patrick Waters at 22. So Polnick's kind of under the radar, I guess, per se. I mean, he's a higher pick, but he's not, he's not at the bottom. So I'm going to take Brandon Polnick in bucket A, and hopefully he gets it done. Bucket B, I have Stetson Blaylock. And Stetson Blaylock, man, there's two things I can say about Stetson that I've picked him out of this bucket. Is one, apparently he's been, or so far it seems like he's really been dialing in on his forward-facing sonar game, and it seemed like he really took initiative over the winter to really learn it and put all that together. And it's proven in the first two events of the season. He's absolutely dominated, and he's used it to his advantage. And obviously, Stetson Blaylock, his Classic record is no joke. I mean, he's been close to winning it a few times. So I feel like, this one's not too far from the house from him. He's pretty dialed in with his forward-facing sonar, it seems like. It's the Classic. He's always done well in it. This could be Stetson's time. Also, I mean, a lot of great fishermen in bucket B. I mean, they've got Matt Airy, you've got John Cox, you've got Lee Livesey, you've got Ben Milliken, to name just a few. But I'm gonna take that Stetson. He's at 22%, but I feel like he could be a sneaky little pick, and get you a good finish out of Stetson. So expect for him to do good. All right, so bucket C, I have Joey Nania. Joey Nania, man, Really low pick in Bucket C, surprisingly. This is his only second Bassmaster Classic, but dude, he is so talented. He's so good with his forward-facing sonar. He's so good with his electronics. I mean, obviously, there's some other guys in Bucket C that are I shouldn't say pretty talented, that are very talented. Man, I just feel like, you know, it may not be like one of those things where Joey can win, but he's going to do good. Like, he's very well known around the Alabama area. Very good with his forward-facing sonar, that sort of thing. And, dude, I just feel like no matter where he goes, he's going to catch him. And to note, he qualified for the Bassmaster Classic at Lake Eufaula, which is not far from Tulsa, last year. So I'm going to take at 1.7%, you can't beat taking Joey Nania in Bucket C. So that's what I'm taking in Bucket C. All right. Moving on to Bucket D. Bucket D, I have Cody Huff. And actually, my original pick out of Bucket D was Pat Schlopper. But James Hall, editor-in-chief for Bassmaster Magazine, posted a story on Bassmaster.com of him. You know, he always makes his classic pick before the classic every year, and he makes an article about it. Well, he had this whole breakdown, and I'll leave the link in the description because I can't like recall the story word for word. But basically, made comparisons from like Dion Hibden to Cody Huff, and how like similar it was when Dion Hibden won. Bunch of math stuff, but it's cool. You got to read the story. I'll leave it in the link in the description. But so I ultimately, when I read the story, I was like, dude, I gotta change it to Cody Huff. And I mean, can't go wrong with Cody Huff. I mean, he's gonna be dialed in with his forward-facing sonar for sure, and he's a pretty good fisherman, and he's not far from the area. So Bucket E. I'm gonna take the college kid, man. I feel like this could be the one year where the college kid could actually like make a really good run at winning the whole classic. I mean, it could be even like one of those Jordan Lee type deals. Easton Fothergill is who I'm taking in Bucket E. Kid's incredibly talented with his electronics. I know I sound like a broken record, but dude, at this point in the game, like if you're not good with the electronics, you're just gonna get left behind. And Fothergill is definitely dialed in with his stuff. So I expect to see him, you know, have a great tournament. I feel like for him, he's gonna have a great tournament, dialed in with his electronics. Then also, I mean, the 3 opens of the year, I mean, he's sitting top 10 in the Opens EQ standings. Like, the kid's on a roll right now. He's fishing good. He's fishing a lot, and you know, we'll see. I think he's gonna be one to reckon with. So we'll see how Easton Fothergill does in Bucket E. But that's what I have for my fantasy fishing team. Let's run through my Drain the Lake team. And, dude, that's it. We'll wrap this video up. All right. So, my Drain the Lake team is, I got Jason Christie, Luke Palmer, Kyle Welcher, Adam Rasmussen, Matt Airy, Joey Nania, Bob Downey, and Easton Fothergill. And I tried my best to try to take some of those. I took, 3 guys that are not going to be fishing the elites this year to try to save some of my elite roster for the rest of the year. So definitely take advantage of those opens and college guys if you can. So, but anyway, that's gonna wrap this video up. Short, sweet, to the point. Yeah, so y'all tell me down in the comments, like, who do you think is gonna win this classic? Who is your odds-on favorite pick to win this Bassmaster Classic? Y'all let me know down in the comments. But we will see y'all later. See you.